we're going to be talking about upsells. We're going to talk about how to use them. We're going to talk about when to use them, and we will be talking about how to do it with integrity and do it ethically. And we'll talk about that right after this. All right, upsells. First of all, what is an upsell? So an upsell is easily defined as saying that you have a prospect or you have a past client who has obviously worked with you before, and they make a purchase from you, whether it's a product or service. And an upsell is the opportunity for them to get a supercharged, so to speak, version of what they just purchased. So let's take, for the example, McDonald's. So when you walk into McDonald's, you say, hey, can I have a cheeseburger? And what do they always ask? Would you like fries with that? That's an upsell. You say, sure, and they say, would you like a shake with that? Again, another upsell. And then what do they always ask? They always say, well, would you like to supersize that? And since you are gluttonous and you love milkshakes and french fries, you obviously say yes. Now, the reason that all makes sense, other than the fact that it's just food that's going to kill you, the reason that makes sense from a marketing perspective is that they are continuing to provide you a better product for something that you're already interested in. See, you came in to eat crap food, and so they offered you more of it, and they offered you different varieties of it, and they allowed you to have a higher quantity of it. So it all made sense in the fact that you're coming in with a, hey, I'm hungry for this kind of food, and I want it anyway, so why don't I maximize my experience? You don't go into McDonald's and they're saying, hey, would you like an Oriental rug with your Big Mac? Because obviously it doesn't make sense. And which brings us to the issue of integrity and ethics in upselling. So when someone purchases a product or service from you, it's always imperative that if you are going to offer an upsell, that upsell is congruent with what they just purchased. It has to enhance their experience working with you. If it detracts and pulls them away into something that doesn't apply, or it just makes them look at your upsell and says, how does this have anything to do with what I'm purchasing? Then you are creating a worse experience for them, and you're eliminating what we talk about in a lot of other videos, that unforgettable experience. Now, the way that the person should look at it is, wow, that's great. That's a great bonus to have on top of whatever I'm already purchasing. Now, they may or may not decide to go for the upsell. And that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about the way that you approach it and the way that you present it, that it has to be congruent with what they're purchasing. Now, it may be something as in the McDonald's example, a supercharged version of the food that they're already purchasing. In some situations, it might be like, well, hey, listen, I purchased one of these for $50. Would you like a second one for only an additional $20? So now they're getting more of the same thing that they just purchased. So these are all logical upsells. The time when it comes in and it becomes illogical is when you're offering them something that doesn't add value to their experience, but just adds money to your pocket. So let's try to make sure we avoid those types of upsells. And that is a wrap, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you enjoyed this episode of Beer with Sameer. If you liked this episode, please share it. And if you'd like to ask me any questions that you'd like me to answer on future episodes, just head over to BeerWithSameer.com, and I will be sure to answer your questions on future episodes. Until next time, keep life simple and always remember to play.